to have to review the newspapers. Mama V is here. Good morning to you, Mama V. Looking at whether we have some messages. But, well, two people are wishing you, Madam Priscilla Ahin Kranche, a former Metropolitan Chief Executive of Cape Coast, a happy birthday. Today is your birthday. And it's from Lot and Lot Legal Practice and Eddie Yauhavi and Victor Kojoga Daudu. They're wishing you God's blessings, long life, prosperity, saying, wishing you all your dreams coming true. And wow, good morning to you, Victor Kojoga Daudu.
Okay.
You're fine?
It's Friday. Finally, Friday is here.
Really?
Yeah.
It's never finally.
But we've kind of like half the month, right?
Yes. Today is 20th.
Yeah.
No, I think we've ended the month.
How many more days to go? Not quite. Until
the
you
end
get
of the
paid,
month?
you haven't ended the month, Masa. Yeah.
We have 30 days in April, so left
Okay, so
10
we've got
days.
10 more days to go.
Yeah.
Charlie, it should end quickly.
No, but the year is running very fast.
Yeah, it's
like I'm growing more. I'm getting more gray, so I'm worried.
This is April.
I'm worried that life is going fast and...
Chill. It's part of life. Chill.
All right.
Okay. So send us your messages, send us WhatsApp messages, send us regular text messages as well. It's a Friday. Yesterday, one of you very kind enough to pass on a question to us. You are asking about our colleague and friend Latif Idrisu. And I did promise you that we will get an update for you. So today we're talking about Latif. We're going to check with him to see how he's doing. Based on doctor's advice, I think he has a couple of weeks of work. So we will be talking to Latif Idrisu here this morning, but we will also talk to the police because we know that they are investigating Latif's beating. And so we'll check with them how far with that investigation. They did visit us in our office. Indeed, PIPS also did, based on a directive from the IGP. We will ask them how far with that investigation. We will also speak to the Ghana Journalists Association, condemned the act, but following that, what is new? How are they making sure that this is not just another story? And of course, we're going to speak to our own bosses as well. This Latif is one of us, so this could happen to any of us. Now, how are they following up the story? How are they making sure that this does not just die like that? So we'll have a full conversation on this morning. Stay with us, particularly if you've been asking how Latif is doing, because you're going to see him live on TV this morning, Roland.
Okay, so we have to move on. I don't do the daily graphic.
Why is nobody sending the message to ask why Roland doesn't do the daily graphic?
I don't know.
Let's do the daily graphic newspaper.
I like daily guide.
Front page of the graphic this morning. Supreme Court dismisses Iani's application. Ernest Thompson's lawyers accuse SNIT of persecuting clients. UK raises export cover to Ghana from £125 million. Roland, no, is this pounds or euros?
Which one? Let me see the sign.
This one.
Euros. No, pounds. Sorry.
I get confused.
Yeah, pounds.
You
That's
get confused
pounds.
too. Okay, so they've raised export cover to Ghana from 125 million to 500 million euros. What does this mean exactly? Well, story says that the offer is intended to, among other things, support new Ghanaian businesses that want to partner with the UK. So the UK Minister of State for Africa, Ms. Harriet Baldwin, who announced this at the UK-Ghana Investment Summit in London, said the move was also to spur the plans of President Akufo-Addo for industrialization, infrastructure development, and value addition to important sectors that drove the economy. So details of that announcement on export cover that has been raised on page 3 in the Daily Graphic newspaper. Let's fast forward. Let's go to page 16 on Dominic Ayeni versus Martin Amidu. Okay, that's not how it is really, but that's how it's become known. But story says former Deputy Attorney General Dr. Dominic Ayeni, who's challenging the nomination of Mr. Martin Amidu as the special prosecutor, has failed in his attempt to file further argument to support his case at the Supreme Court. So the Apex Court yesterday dismissed the former Deputy AG's application praying the court to allow him to file a supplementary statement of case. And according to Justice Gabriel Plowman, the sole judge who sat on the case, Dr. Ayene's new application was unmeritorious because it breached the rules of court. Quotes, the application is unknown to the rules of the court. It therefore has no merit and is accordingly dismissed, unquote. But of course, the substantive matter is still very much alive in court. They give you a background to this application on page 16 in the paper. Parliament calls for calm in double salary investigation. That's also another story. And forced funding of political parties law, according to a political science lecturer at the University of Ghana. All those stories in the paper. But let's do one more story on page 37 on the SNIT saga. Fallout of that report presented by PricewaterhouseCoopers and the revelation subsequently made about Iyoko's work as well. Reactions coming through, and lawyers for the former chief executive of the Social Security and National Insurance Trusts, Ernest Thompson, have taken a swipe at the management of SNIT for allegedly persecuting their client. They have also warned those who have decided to go on what they term as, quote, voyage of recklessness, unquote, in pursuit of defamatory statement against Mr. Thompson to desist from that act or be ready to face the consequences. Reacting to a news item that their clients had been charged for causing financial loss to the state, the lawyers said, quote, it is thus obvious and crystal clear that the SNIT management has decided to do politics and, in the process, has adopted as its weapons persecution and victimization of 4 clients and ignored the truth, evidence, and facts surrounding this operational business suit project, unquote. But that's not all. There's a lot more to the story. You might want to read it. It's on page 37. It's a whole page dedicated to this in the Finder newspaper. No, not the Finder, the Daily Graphic newspaper. On the back page, Sunafo South spends some 266.5 million Ghana cedis on peacekeeping. Shrines location hinders dredging of drains. Interesting story by Portia Foriwa Ofori in Accra says dredging of some drains in the Adentan Municipal Assembly to prevent flooding during the raining season is being hindered by the owners of a shrine who fear the work will destroy parts of the dwelling place of the deity. The municipal roads engineer, Mr. Emmanuel K. Salifu, made this known when the chief executive, Daniel Alexander Ninoy Edumwa, toured parts of the municipality last Wednesday to assess the preparedness the assembly had made towards the raining season. So the MC was accompanied, okay, yeah, but I want to know the issue with this particular shrine. So at the Fafaha Prison Junction, where the shrine is located, the owners of the shrine confirmed to the MCE that they had to perform certain rites before the watercourse could be dredged. Let me not tell you all the story. If you're curious, please grab the paper and see how it ends in the paper. But this is one of, those interesting stories. There's a deity, and we have to compensate and perform certain rituals.
That's an African traditional religion. Nothing wrong with that. That is if you believe in that.
Well, I'm not judging. I'm just saying that the story is interesting. Well, there are some job opportunities. I've seen some announcements in the paper. So when you grab the paper, please take your time.
They're looking for interns at the shrine?
Oh, Roland.
No, I'm just asking.
I just said that I've spotted a couple of job opportunities.
I just going through a section of the New York Times web, and they put together 446 people, places, and times that Donald Trump has insulted people to his Twitter and social media pages. James Comey has the one who has the highest is Hillary Clinton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And James Comey has the latest ones.
Yeah.
He's lost the confidence of everyone in Washington. He's a liar, he's a leaker, he's a coward.
So that's a response.
It's a leadership disaster.
That's a response to the former director of FBI's interview on the BBC. We'll play a bit of it.
And you know how he called
in the course of our review this
you know how he called CNN's Anderson Cooper?
No.
A waste.
Oh wow. Wow.
Clinton is
so he's giving everybody something.
Not qualified raw. Oh yeah, a lot of people. I love the media in the States, right? The way they follow and do things.
Interesting. We'll play to you a bit of what Mr. Comey has been saying on the BBC. Just stay on for it. But keep your messages coming through. Roland has
okay, so I do the Daily Guide. The Daily Guide newspaper has on the front page, I've not been charged, ex-NIT boss cries, and we know this is coming out from a statement that issued by his legal representatives. So you may as well get to grab a copy of the Daily Guide, but better still, just go to myjoyonline.com, you get more of it. KK Pepra grabs doctorate award. KK Pepra, he's there. I'm sure he's a big man in Ghana. Parliament probes double salary saga. You have a picture there of Samuel Sapong, Dr. McNeil, Kwe but those pictures really are related to 10 million Ghana CD rot exposed as state housing, and that story is on page 3 of the paper. Says there appears to be massive misappropriation of public funds at the State Housing Company Limited, allegedly perpetrated under the erstwhile NDC. This follows the reported stinking rot at SNIT, purportedly left behind by the former Director General during the same audit, etc. etc. So you have to go on. Well, let's go to the center spread and see whether we can get a newspaper. Yeah. For my HIV ambassador, I need help to raise my children. Joyce Jijobek's Ghanaians. That's the news one pull out of the Daily Guide. So it's
so that's the former ACE ambassador.
Yes, Joyce Jijobek.
The lady who
has children. How many of them? 2.
Had ACE and then said she didn't have.
Yes.
And then back and forth, even with
she
her
said
lawyer.
that she did that because of the program.
So now she has or not?
I don't know.
Ah, okay.
That's
still very confusing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But what she needs funds to raise her children.
That's what she says. It's funny, yeah. I don't bluff. Gold K announces new song. Gold K. I'm told that he's one of the top artists from Ghana, based in the UK.
Echo would know him.
Yeah, Echo knows a lot of the top artists, but who are underground. Kaboom, good morning to you. Kaboom.
You know, I haven't met Kaboom.
Oh, you haven't met?
No.
I've met him on TV. I saw him on TV.
Ah, okay.
And then we have no info on Ibra.
You've met him on TV?
Yeah, but it's meeting direct. You know, I know many places around the world through YouTube. I don't know that. Like, I haven't been to the UK before, but I know Elephant and Castle and all those, Kensington, all through YouTube. Ibrahim Atta is showing off his fresh body. Is there, and then autism talent. You find it in center spread.
You know the other movie that he featured in,
the Superman movie.
Yeah, I watched it for the first time.
Oh, he only said.
And I was but it was significant. It was significant. It wasn't just a scene. Hey, Ghana for Kasa.
Oh, I bet
it wasn't just one
just
scene. You have to watch it to appreciate it.
No. I'm not saying anything. But I think that he's getting a new lease of life. He's better off in the US than in Ghana. I felt so proud, man. And we have to appreciate the good things that people do. Good morning to you, Ibrahim Atta. If you're watching, I think
he's not.
I think now.
Go ahead, Roland. Do the rest of the stories. Okay.
No info on Ibra arrest. But he's on social media, I think, overnight, saying that he hasn't been arrested.
But I think but I also read that he had been released from a police station in DC. But you know, maybe am I the only person? Because I heard so many things about him yesterday that I had not heard or seen before.
Like what? The cars?
The cars.
Oh, you haven't seen it? It's on Instagram.
Like I haven't been around.
I haven't seen it on Instagram, but I've seen it on other social media posts.
I hear he's 31 or so?
Yeah. And for his 31st birthday, he distributed iPhone X or iPhone 8 or something.
On like public transport.
Yeah, I wish that one day I can do that too.
So Ghana Revenue Authority, like
well, I know in the US where they monitor you for 2 years to see where you're getting your money for and swooping on you. When people showcase like them Ghana, expensive vehicles, and I know that Echo is at the back, so he's going to help us with this gentleman who's been making news, not on mainstream media necessarily, but on social media, and he's been showcasing a lot of his richness. And I wonder if the Ghana Revenue Authority in Ghana, as you've been trying to seriously raise money, because in order for Ghana to develop, for us to go beyond aid, we need the funds. A lot of people showcase these expensive vehicles and things like that. I wonder if they pay any taxes on these things, or if you follow to look into exactly what they do, because you know
sometimes, Charlie, the richness, you have to know the source of the richness. You know what I mean? Or you don't catch.
Okay, so we'll bring you some of his cars very soon. We're looking out for the cars.
So in the meantime,
and they're very posh cars. Okay, some of them. This is the gentleman.
So this is
very handsome guy. I'm told that he lives in DC. Has a nice house.
No, when you say DC, like what do you mean?
Washington DC.
Oh,
Gentleman. Ibra.
Okay, but he's been showcasing.
He's well.
Okay.
He's a fan of cars. Okay. He's rich.
So all these cars are in Ghana, is that it?
There are many more around the East Lagos and Ghana area.
As in the state institutions, and I think I'm on GRA today because GRA has
Are you saying people cannot buy cars?
Visible.
So are you saying that one day if I have one of these cars, you will be questioning me how I got it?
Roland, if you drive this car right there on the screen,
you ask.
I will call the people that I know at GRA to follow up and check what you do.
Look, Roland, check him up. Because it doesn't earn that much to get that money.
No, I won't say that because, listen, you never know.
We'll punish all of you in Ghana here for thinking that we don't.
No, you never know what somebody does to make their money. So you're not questioning because...
But you're just calling for transparency.
You're not questioning because you doubt the source of the money. You are just saying that, GRA, you need money. Check if this person has paid the necessary taxes on the things that they're showcasing. That's all I'm saying, you know.
Why is it Africa? You don't want us to progress.
But elsewhere, that's what they do. They track you.
I know, in the US, but that's the Europe and the US.
So you Ghana man, go to the UK and go to a shop.
I will be caught one time.
With cash.
I will be caught
and
one time.
be showing £100, they'll be looking at you like.
I've had some friends.
Before you know, somebody
I've had some friends who've had their money seized in the bags.
Yeah, like where's this dude coming from?
And some of them even have had problem with the embassies later.
See?
Yeah, they've been kind of.
Okay, so this is just one of those things trending. I just thought that.
But I'm told that Echo Derek Sam is one of his friends.
Yeah. There were allegations, really. We heard that he had been arrested for, was it money laundering or something like that? Them things. But, you know, social media, a lot of things.
Ibra, I want to befriend you.
You want to me? Somebody said yesterday, why don't I meet these people?
If you met them, what will you do?
Hayford Dela Anyidaho is in Hamburg. And at 6:30,
is it Hamburg they call it Hamburg?
I don't know, Hamburg or Hamburg, whichever way. There is a ham, and it's not in Ghana.
Hamburg.
So you wanted to hear from me before you step out. So I hope that you go ahead and have a great day. Hayford,
greetings from abroad.
Anyidaho. Yeah, greetings from abroad. Thank you.
Mijina Hamburg,
Are you through with the guy?
No, yes, but I want to do Ghanian Times. Actually, look for messages.
No, please do.
Okay, so I have on the front page of the Ghanian Times, Kabi. Kabi means that taxi driver crashes cop to death. Is on page 16. You have a picture there of the late Sergeant Uswapia. May he so rest in peace. It was a very unfortunate incident that happened. Grab a copy of the Ghanian Times to know the full details of the story. But let's create a conducive environment for our people. You have the personality Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of our Republic, in a handshake with Prime Minister Theresa May of the UK. Oh, there's and then charge against me is prosecution and victimization. That's Ernest Thompson. And man guns down father in Liati, Udumasi. I'll be in the Volta region. Liati will be in the Volta region. All right.
You're through?
Okay. I think I'm through.
Let's do a few of your messages. Just so I catch up with all the messages, I'm just going to be interspersing them with the review. So Lawrence Jolo has something on his heart that it has been worrying him. He thought he would share with us. Lawrence says that I want to draw your attention to the open advertisement of black money or malam money. Can the NMC do something about it? What are we teaching our youth? If you can go to a malam for 5 million weekly, then what's the need for going to school or working hard? Lawrence Jolo sending this message. This one says, I'm very sad to live in the country without injustice. Latif, get well soon, from company in Doma Ahinkro. This one says, Edwin in Qatar. Well, thank you very much for the message that you've sent. This one says, peace doesn't deny difficulty, but it has an inner calm and quietness, even while enduring the difficulty. Good morning to all the Ramadan family members. It's from Abdul Razak, General in Lamashigu in Tamale. He doesn't miss a beat, always sending messages. You can trust that he'll send you a message every day. Let's do the Finder newspaper. Front page of the Finder. Meralco wins ECG concession as MIDA disqualifies BXC on conflict of interest. That story on page 4. There was a press statement that was released to this effect yesterday. Also, assault case. Parties opt for out-of-court settlement. 6-year-old boy shoots brother with grandfather's gun. New twist to Legon Hospital Bruhaha. ECG substation needed before operations can commence. Kuapa Cocoa Management declares war on fraudulent activities. So where do we begin? Let's talk about this Legon hospital, because that's a huge first-class facility that's been sitting there. Some people believe, and I think I am part of those who believe, that we still can do something with it in the absence of all the other things that authorities say they need before. But this is a different twist. Elvis Dacon writes that it appears the actual problem hindering the opening the University of Ghana Medical Center has not been addressed in the exchanges between the Ministry of Health and authorities of the University of Ghana. The ultra-modern facility, which was commissioned by former President John Dramani Mahama in January 2017, has its first phase completed but remains idle 2 years later. Now, new information indicates that the hospital and the nature of the equipment installed require a separate Electricity Company of Ghana substation to provide dedicated and stable power supply for the use of the hospital. Currently, the University of Ghana Medical Center is connected to the national grid. However, the ECG line in the area is overloaded, thereby causing fluctuations in power supply. Interesting twist. It's a whole page, so you might want to read to find out where the Finder is coming from. But so far, this is something that we have not heard, not from the ministry or any of the persons linked to this project. We haven't heard the angle of a separate substation, the reason why the hospital is not open. We've heard about funds, that the second phase must be completed. They need some funds to even finish off the first phase that was launched. This is a different twist. I'm sure there will be follow-ups or fallouts from this angle that's in the Finder newspaper. But this is all getting really interesting. It's still 2 years on. We still can make use of the facility as it sits there now. So this story about a 4-year-old boy who's shot dead his brother 6 years at Strais, a suburb of Somanya in the Yulo Krobo municipality of the Eastern region. The incident happened yesterday afternoon at about 2:30 p.m. and according to Benjamin Tete, a retired national security person and grandfather of the deceased, whose gun was used to commit the act, the children were left in his care by their parent, Isaac Tete, Kwabla and Rebecca. He said he had left the children alone in the house when he received a distress call from a co-tenant that a gunshot had been heard in the room where the kids were playing. He rushed home only to see the 4-year-old Alex Amano in a pool of blood with his brains scattered all over the room. Eyewitnesses indicates that Alex had been shot in the head at about 3-meter range by his 6-year-old brother, Robert Amano, aka Jerry. Gun is locally manufactured, not registered. Details of that. It's really sad. Really
sometimes
sad.
we'll be sharing some interesting posts of people on social media. There's one I just saw by Kwachi Afreniama that says that dating a lady who is 25 years plus is a full-time job. Every 45 minutes they'll ask you, baby, promise you will never leave me. Anyway, what are we looking at? It's a serious issue.
All right, that's the. Let me finish off with this miracle. The Millennium Development Authority has settled on Miracle Consortium as the concessionaire for the management of operation of an investment in the electricity distribution business of the Electricity Company of Ghana. The announcement follows an international competitive procurement process and the evaluation of the proposals received. A statement from MIDA said Miracle Consortium was determined to have the highest combined technical and financial score and has therefore been designated as the preferred bidder. I think it's a Philippines company of the sort.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So details of that, what happens to all the others, particularly BXC. You can read all about it in the Finder newspaper, is on page 4. But I still can't get over this story about a 6-year-old. These are two brothers, and I can imagine that they were playing, trying to, you know, showcase what they probably have seen on television in a movie or something of a sort. And I'm not sure the big brother knew that this gun could just simply go off and kill his kid brother. But this is sad. Precautions, precautions, precautions. It's one of the reasons people don't want to even legitimately own guns in their homes, because you never know where a child could be playing and get hold of it. It's really, really sad. I don't know. I really don't know, because this is grandfather, so it's tight.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's sad.
Can we do the online portals?
Yes, we can.
Please look for some messages while we ready the online portal.
Messages on WhatsApp on our page. This one says the politicization of national issues like the double salary and the SNIS saga is highly affecting the government agenda in fighting corruption. Abdul Momin Wunam in Tamale sending this WhatsApp message to us. Somebody saying some really nice things. Thank you very much, but please include your name when you send us the messages so we can duly acknowledge you. This one says the MPP government has nothing to offer Ghanaians. Okay. Every beautiful thing is not always good, but everything good is always beautiful. Being important is not always good, but being good is always important.
No, everything good is
I don't know how you're twisting those two.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
Domatsira Eric,
good.
you are in Takrade. You're sending us this message this morning. We thank you. We're grateful. Lazarus from Bumprugu says, oh, so your day is not complete if you don't listen to this program. So we thank you very much for always
we thank you, Lazarus.
Oh, he says, I envy your shirts. I think if you want to say his shirt is nice, which I think it is, please feel free to. Yeah. But I don't know why you want to push that in my mouth. Couture. Yeah.
Can I give the number on there?
Ellis Couture, no. This one says, I must say this, that police officers who assaulted Latif must be prosecuted. This shows how incompetent they are. Albert's rights. Okay, Albert, thank you very much. This one says, okay, this one's a bit long. I'm not sure I can share it now. So let's move on to the very short ones. Oh, somebody says we should be wearing what we are wearing like right now instead of the suits that we wear. And yeah.
I think we say it's Friday wear.
Doe in Georgia says state institutions could not check money laundering going on freely on TV sets. So there's no way Ibra can be tracked. Doe in Georgia. And we're going to just hold on with the messages. Let's do the online review. We'll come back with more messages. Roland, let's do myjoyonline.com. And this is it. SNIT OBS deal must be cancelled according to Franklin Kujo. He was on PM Express yesterday. We brought you a bit of that in our AM news. Right after the AM show at 9, we bring you a playback of PM Express, so you can catch up if you missed it last night. Let's move on. The lost talent, how Ghanaian graduates make a living in China. It will be interesting to know. You can read all about it. It's on myjoyonline.com. Fashion Friday, how to look graceful in a short skirt by Ifwa Rider. Okay. Ekufuado's elephant-sized government triggered double salary scandal. Allegations that some former government appointees took double salaries as MP ministers in the Eswa Mahama government may be true after all. You can read the rest of it. It's on myjoyonline.com. Police CID, Interpol deny arrest of social media millionaire. Okay, so that's it. JoyNews checks have revealed that popular social media personality Ibrahim Dauda, who was trending for the wrong reasons, has not been arrested. So we simply just generated the story and, you know, we made it trend. That's what it is. Double pay MPs were trusted to do the right thing. Controller rejects blame. And I had the Controller and Accountant General's Department make a really, really strong point yesterday. He said that, listen, people are jailed for, for stealing plantain, sometimes for cutting somebody's small plantain off. But the MPs are also Ghanaians, and they are no better than those other people. But it will be interesting to listen to what he said in full. It will be interesting to read the story on myjoyonline.com. Different understanding to what has happened. The MPs at the center of this. Of course, they deny any wrongdoing. But the Controller and Accountant says, if this is something that's been happening since 1992, so what? This is where we are today, and we want to deal with it. He sees nothing wrong with what the CID is doing. So you can read fully on it on myjoyonline.com. 4-year-old shot dead, sadly, by brother 6 at Somanya. And I can imagine this whole family, the entire family, I mean, I can't imagine the kind of state that they will be in. I mean, who do you blame, really? Who do you blame? Can you even begin to blame someone?
Yeah, I remember somebody was telling me I should acquire a gun. I said, I have boys at home. Yeah, they may think they're smart, but then they're not.
No, they may not even know that it could go off.
Yeah.
Because, I know that you're not thinking that this really could go off.
Yeah.
You're just thinking that you're playing with it.
Because sometimes I go and hide their PS4 controllers. They go find it and they put it down there. They know that they go and use it, but they tell me,
oh, they discover it.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
So one day,
I really don't know whether you have boys or not. I don't know.
Children are just smart, right?
Yeah.
These days.
Decomposing body of...
Not your time, not my time. We're not that smart.
No, we were not. Decomposing body of teacher found days after bidding landlord goodbye. That's one of those stories, unbelievable stories as well. And we've been recording some weird incidents these past days and weeks, really, and we have to get to the bottom of it.
I think God is punishing us.
Still on my mind. No, I mean, why would you say that? Why would God punish us? Still on my mind is the presenter who was stabbed allegedly in the Ashanti region, the Des FM presenter. I still think about her. I don't know, bits and pieces of things that are happening. Remember the children who were found dead at the back of somebody's vehicle in Cape Coast? This Sunday will be exactly a week. The children went missing only to be found Monday, and 3 of them dead at the back of somebody's vehicle. All right, there are lots more stories on myjoyonline.com. We encourage you to make time and visit our page. There's a video. Fia Schwarzenegger reveals the man she was caught in bed with. All right. There's some weird and quirky stories on myJoyOnline as well. If you missed any of our shows here on JoyNews, of course, you can scroll down and catch up the videos there, because we upload them. It's on YouTube. So make time and catch up myjoyonline.com. Let's see if we can share some more messages with you. We move to the other pages. Roland, before you come in.
As you look for the page, good morning to you, Tuareg. And he says, I love a call Derek Sam's Pantalo. What's Pantalo? Is it the punk?
Which was that? What, you showed him like you outdoored
What's Pantalo?
I don't know.
Pantalo.
You outdoored him?
Pantalo. It's a dress. It's a shirt.
Our producer is wearing a
jumper.
dress.
Is it jumper?
What's
yeah,
that?
I know. He likes wearing.
So how do people see him?
The Tuareg from Kaswa seems to know him very well. Says he loves.
Okay. Sir Bright in Subay. Sir Bright in Subay, thank you very much. Thank you for the nice things that you say to us. This one says, I wish to plead. Oh, Charlie, you did campaign. Why they campaign like that?
They campaign for who?
You know, there's some elections coming up, and people can't help it.
Tomorrow.
So this is what we're doing. We know that there are regional elections.
We're talking about this on the show.
We're talking about this on the show. So we're talking about this on the show. I don't know if you can send me a message to say vote for somebody. I don't know yet.
Oh, you can.
You can?
It's a free campaign period for 5 minutes.
So I...
Send us name. Tuareg.
This one says, still God is love.
He's voting for Derek for some.
And Justa Moto's money has not been paid as of now. Ebenezer and Doma reminding us that God is love and Jasta Moto's monies have not been paid. Ebenezer and Doma sending that message.
But my dear, I wanted to ask you something. So what if the concession people come for the ECG management and light goes off for 2 hours? What do we do? Because I've been reading some things about them. Sometimes in the Philippines, the light can go for 3 hours.
Oh, you know, Roland, we would discuss this matter properly.
Properly.
I mean, we're not trying. No,
well, we'll put it into proper perspective.
Absolutely, because we don't have any interest, not necessarily to condemn or be negative, but objectively look at.
When you go on the
objectively
net,
look at. So people have already.
I'm just on Google, and
wow.
Sometimes it's not. This is not great after all.
Choke. Relax.
Philippines.
Relax.
Filipino.
This is City Newsroom. Roland, the website. Can you look through for us?
Yeah, okay. So I was overpaid as deputy minister, but I returned it. Martin Amidu said, so you have no business. Hey, Martin Amidu, special prosecutor. Again. Okay, so we have other news there. Isn't Saga claims of Ernest Thompson's arrest false, according to his legal representatives, lawyers. We're told that there's a UN rapporteur, special representative, who says that we just put together coin political slogans. But let's go up. UN representative got part of his report wrong, according to government. We always do that. Okay.
That's normal, isn't it?
Yeah. Ghana's debt nears disaster levels, according to the World Bank. Okay. And
no, nears distress levels.
Oh, distress.
Roland, what have you been reading?
Disaster.
What have you been drinking?
Synonymous. Synonyms. MIDA select Philippines electricity company to manage ECG.
Leave me a bit of time.
But
I want to go to BBC.
If we can, but seriously, if we can only choose a Philippine company to come and manage it, we should be able to do our own. Because Philippines,
on what basis are you drawing this conclusion?
Because
are you looking at what you think about the country, or you are objectively focusing on the company?
Objective.
So don't look at the country.
Objective.
Forget about the country.
Philippines.
Let's deal with the company. But this issue will help Ghana, others to review anti-gay laws, UK governments.
Yes, we'll help Ghana, others to review anti-gay laws, UK government.
This is one of the things that I want us to properly deal with next week. God willing.
And do you know the information minister has already come out to say that?
What I listened to yesterday, and see, when this whole thing started, because I had not listened to it, I didn't want to make a comment. I didn't hear Ghana specifically, but of course, all the people there were Commonwealth countries. And when you say Commonwealth countries, of course, Ghana is part of it. So essentially speaking to us in Africa as well. And I've heard subsequently some other officials answer specific questions on, for instance, Uganda and the laws. And so we will visit this subject properly. Let's save it for next week, God willing, so we don't box everything together. But let's go to the BBC. And we will do the main BBC page, and then we would quickly run through the Africa page as well. So there's an interesting story. Okay, so let's run through before we zero in on the things that I thought we would share. SA leader returns home early amid protests. Cyril Ramaphosa leaves the Commonwealth Summit in London to deal with violent clashes at his home. There are issues at home that he has to take care of, and his party as well. Diamond Platinums apologizes for case, plus South Africa's controversial opposition leader Julius Malema to be tried for corruption and more. Really? Web of corruption behind SA rhino poaching. Nigeria sex for great lecturer suspended. Swaziland king changes the country's name. Can we click on the Swaziland and then the Nigeria story? In the meantime, there's a senator in the US, the Illinois senator, who has a baby. And so we can open these ones up, but if that one is open, please, let's share that. And kindly open the other ones for us so we come back to it. So this is the senator. Tammy, who's made history by taking her baby to work. And guess where her work is? It's like taking your baby to Parliament, to like the chamber itself. So she brought her baby to the floor of the U.S. Congress upper chamber a day after it overturned a long-standing baby ban. Miss Duckworth, who is 50, arrived with her daughter in her arms, like we're seeing in that picture there, and cast a vote on the NASA administrator's nomination. And they described her, this was 10 days after the baby was born, so 10 days old baby. Last week, her mother became the first U.S. senator to give birth while in office. So she's made huge history as well. I don't know, we made our own little history. It wasn't in the chamber itself, but there was a minister designate or nominated, right, who appeared at her vetting with her children. Remember, I think it was a former tourism minister. Yeah. She had twins
which
also.
Of them?
Elizabeth Ofosu Ejari. I think it was Elizabeth Ejari. Yeah? Yeah.
So
that's
during the Mahama period. Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Swaziland king renames country the Kingdom of Eswatini. Is that it? Am I guessing it right? Please kindly go.
Eswatini.
So when I saw the thing, I thought, oh, he's chosen another wife. And then I saw it and I was like, no, it's not another wife. It's the name change. So there are not many people in the world who are able to change the name of a nation, but King Swati can. He is one of the world's few absolute monarchs. King Swati III of Swaziland announced on Wednesday that he was renaming the country the Kingdom of Eswatini. The monarch announced the official change in a stadium during celebrations for the 50th anniversary of Swazi independence. What can we say? Congratulations to the king.
Swaziland.
Yeah. Let's go back to the two other stories that we wanted to share. Okay. So
Swaziland.
Oh, Fred, please, let's do the Nigeria, and then we can go to James Comey, please. We'll end with James Comey. A Nigerian university lecturer has been suspended for allegedly demanding sex in return for improved grades. An investigation was launched by Obafemi Awolowo University in Osun State after a lecturer in a leaked audio recording seemed to offer a student who had failed a course an opportunity to pass if she agreed to have sex with him 5 times. You put a number to it. So OAU's public relations officer told the BBC it had been established that the voices in the recorded telephone conversation that went viral were that of Richard Akindele, a business professor and a postgraduate student at the university. He said the investigating committee had established a prima facie case. So the lecturer at government-run university had been suspended pending a final determination of disciplinary case against him. This was one of those trending audios there. And I remember this particular PRO, and I felt so sorry for him because the BBC had called him. And he was speaking to the matter. It was almost as if they knew it was for sure the man's voice, as in the lecturer. And he couldn't absolutely deny it on air. One of them saying sex for grades. It's normal, isn't it? Go and ask one lady who recently spoke somewhere. Okay, let's finish off this one. Because the former director of the FBI, James Comey, has told the BBC Newsnight that he doesn't believe there's anyone around Donald Trump who can contain him. I mean, it's almost like the man of the moment with his memoir out, and he granting one interview here, one interview there, making revelations. I don't know, it's up to you to conclude what you think about this, but of course Donald Trump has been tweeting.
And Donald Trump calls that gentleman with his book, he's a liar, he's not fit for leadership, and he's a traitor. Yeah.
Well, so you can catch up with the U.S. president's tweets following what Mr. Comey had been saying to the BBC. This is the latest on this drama, actually. That will be it for now.